guitar people? Welcome to Have Guitar Will Travel, presented by Vintage Guitar Magazine, with your host, me, James Patrick Regan, otherwise known as Jimmy from the Deadlies. And today I'm speaking with the band UltraBomb, which is Greg Norton on bass from Husker, and Ryan Smith on guitar and vocals, who's also currently in Soul Asylum. Our conversation starts with Ryan, who's in a hotel room in New Jersey that's having air conditioning troubles, and the two give us a history of the band, starting with Greg and two other members and how it eventually became the lineup that it is now, with Ryan on vocals and guitar, and Derek O'Brien from Social Distortion on drums. Greg and Ryan tell us about the band's new album, The Bridges That We Burn, that came out April 3rd, and how they went about writing it, and they talk about the production. Greg gives us a little insight to their upcoming tour dates in the Midwest and on the West Coast in June. And Greg discusses Husker and the lack of potential future work with that band, and Ryan describes what Soul Asylum is currently up to. The two take us through their gear with UltraBomb, Reverend guitars and basses, and Ryan tells us a little bit about his relationship with Gibson for Soul Asylum, and he talks acoustic guitars. Ryan talks about maintaining his voice on the road, and Greg gives us a little insight into the team behind the scenes. To find out more about UltraBomb, you can go to their Linktree, which is linktree/UltraBomb. That's linktr.ee/UltraBomb. And they're also very active on the socials. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, and most of all, review this podcast. I'd really appreciate it. And please support Vintage Guitar Magazine and all the wonderful things they do for us guitar players, because they do so many wonderful things for us guitar players. Oh, and if you'd like to support the show, I have a Patreon. It's Patreon/Have Guitar Will Travel Podcast. Here's my friends, Greg and Ryan.
Hey there, Ryan.
Hey, James. How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I'm all right. In New Jersey right now. I got to warn you, my room, the AC is broken for some. I'm going to switch rooms, but it's like 88 degrees in this room. So I'm like, just giving you a heads up.
Yeah.
I should be fine. They tried to fix it, but then it's not fixed. So then, and I realized how bad it was when the lady from the hotel came and she was like, she was like in here for 5 minutes. She's like drenched. She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, I can't even be in here. Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Where are you at?
I'm in a non-humidity area called Napa, California.
Oh, well, it's probably way hot. I'm sure it's hotter where you are now. It's still.
No, it isn't. It's probably 65 degrees in Napa right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds really nice.
I noticed that you have your pillows all organized and in a line on the bed.
Yeah. I didn't do that, but that'll get messed up. Well, I'll probably be. Yeah, we just got here, so I've been here we got in this morning. We have a day off today, so when I left out here, I'm like, wow, I'm delirious. I'm like, what is going on? And I went outside in the hallway. I'm like, why is it so much? Anyway,
what's the temperature outside there in New Jersey?
That's a good question. It's got to be in the 80s. I mean, it's probably getting hotter in here because I just closed the shade because the sun was just blaring in here. It's 85 right now. Okay. So it's like the same temperature.
And what's the relative humidity? Like 150%?
I am not sure. I'm looking to see if I can find that info.
Yeah, you know what? It's probably a question you get asked a lot.
It is. So, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
That's fine.
But okay. But yeah, it's like a little, like the air's kind of thick. It's like, so everything's slow motion for me right now. So just giving you a heads up. I'll try to be on top of everything.
That's fine. UltraBomb. When did it start?
Well, Greg and two other guys started UltraBomb. Okay. So they've made 2 records with a different lineup. Totally, it's really almost a new band. It's part of the history and I guess like so Greg, Vinnie McConnell, and Jamie from UK Subs had a version of this. They made 2 records. I started by filling in, and then this is the first record with this lineup we made. So there's Greg.
There he is, right there. Cigarette in hand, or a cigarette in mouth.
Yeah, cigarette and a beer.
Evidently, you guys got the message that it was audio only.
Oh.
Okay, perfect.
So, Greg, let me ask you then: how did UltraBomb come about?
So the story of UltraBomb is it's a pretty twisty journey. The summer of 2021, Vinnie McConnell reached out to me to start a band with Jamie Oliver from the UK Subs, and his original concept was let's play some Who's for New covers, some Mahones covers, his band, and some UK subs covers, maybe throw in a few classic punk rock tunes. And it was like, okay, yeah, that sounds fun. And in September of that year, Finney and Jamie were both in Berlin, and Finney said, hey, I've got studio time booked. I think I'm going to maybe work on some demos for some original music for UltraBomb. So I decided to fly to Berlin, because I never actually met Finney or Jamie in person. Also, I'd never been to Berlin, so it was an excellent excuse to travel. And so the first time we got together was in the studio. We wrote 4 songs. Actually, we wrote 10 songs in 2 days, and
wow,
it was just super easy playing with those guys. We kind of layered the lyrics on top of the music on the last day of the recording session, and it was like, wow, this is actually something,
Yeah.
And that was the main point of me going there, was to, first off, it's like, am I going to like these guys? Is this actually going to be a thing?
Yeah.
And it turned out great. We tried to put that first record out ourselves, which was a really stupid idea. A lot of missteps and fumbles and delays, and the record actually didn't get released until 2023.
Wow.
At the end of 2023, we recorded our second album in London, and again wrote the music in the studio. Layered the lyrics on top of it. Not necessarily how I wanted to be creating the music. And, skip forward to the summer of 2024, after we had done Finney, Jamie, and I did a tour with Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. Jamie had been kind of, sneaking in because he couldn't get a valid work permit. And so we made the decision to replace him with Derek O'Brien. We had met Derek actually at Punk Rock Bowling in 2023.
Okay.
And Finney and I and Derek played a couple of shows Labor Day weekend of 2024, and kept trying to get back out on the road. That year, things kept getting pushed back, and we finally had something lined up for February of 2025. And Finney and I had a disagreement on how we should, get the band name out there.
Sure.
And he decided to step aside and said, go ahead and find another guitar player. And that's where Ryan steps in. I was super lucky that, Melismatics were scheduled to open that show for us, and Brian learned our whole set.
Wow.
While he was in Europe on a 3-week tour with Soul Asylum. And we had a couple of rehearsals, and he nailed the set. And Derek and I were like, holy shit, you're the man. Like, if you want the gig, it's yours. And fortunately Ryan was able to work it out with his family and his other bandmates, and here we are talking about the new UltraBomb and the new record, and
right on.
Super happy with the way this record turned out. We actually, like I would send lyrics to Ryan would ruminate on those and come up with an idea and send it back, and then the band would finish the arrangement. So when we hit the studio, it's like all the songs were ready to go. Wasn't any like, well, I don't know, try these lyrics with that one, So it was really a joy to record this record, and plus working with John Fields was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah. And so when you guys play live, is it just the three of you, or is it another guitar player?
Just the three of us.
Okay. Right on.
Yep.
Right on. How do you play those melodies and the rhythms at the same time?
Very carefully.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, that was the tricky part. When I was in Europe learning the songs, I was doing it. I would just take a walk in the morning wherever we were, and I'd listen to the songs. So I didn't actually have like a guitar that I could grab to play, because they'd be like, at the venue being set up, and it was not like I had a personal guitar with me. So I had to basically listen and just try to take in the whole vibes of what was happening, like the chords and the music and stuff. So
Sure.
yeah, it was a little, but yeah, I loved it. So I was on board right away when I heard. I'm like, yeah, this is great stuff. So yeah.
Are you guys out on your own right now, or are you guys out with other people?
The first couple of tours, so we've got a string of dates in May in California. For the most part, we're headlining those shows, with the exception of Soda Bar in San Diego. We're opening up for Swingin' Utters, and we're doing 2 dates with P-Lander Z. The first night at Alex's Bar in Long Beach, we're going to headline, and then a couple of nights later, we're at Bottom of the Hill in San Francisco, and they're going to headline that show.
Okay.
And right now we're kind of firming up some Midwestern, just a real short Midwestern run at the end of June that we'll headline.
And when you play in Petaluma, where are you playing?
So Petaluma, actually, this is kind of a cool story. One of my best friends from we met in junior high school. He moved to Alaska after high school. I went up for his wedding, and his oldest daughter, Kirsten, owns this place called Wonder Stump. My friend Toot Bajor, died from brain cancer about 25 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And the fact that his daughter's opened up this space and is hosting us is really pretty special.
What's the name of the space again?
It's called Wonder Stump Arts.
Oh, wow. Okay. Right on.
Yep.
And is it just you guys?
So we've got a band from Reno, Nevada doing 3 nights with us. They're called Boss's Daughter.
Okay.
And they're a phenomenal 3-piece, and especially live. Danny Paul is one of my favorite bass players on the planet. So Jamie Locks, Chris Fox, Danny Paul, that's Boss's Daughter. They're really great. They kind of give me some, they don't necessarily sound like the Minutemen, but when you see them live, it kind of gives me Minutemen vibes.
Sure. And how do you find bands like that, you personally? Did you choose them to open for you?
Yeah, they actually did 9 shows with us last August as well as direct support. The way I got turned on to Boss's Daughter was our UltraBomb's first tour of the States in 2023, and we hired this merch guy, and he kept singing their praises, and later that summer, I had an opportunity to see him in Denver at Punk Rock Saves Lives at their annual fundraising festival. And they blew me away. And they're super nice guys. And, so that kind of started a friendship, and that's how that goes.
Right on. And are the 3 of you guys, based like in different places across the country? Yep.
Yeah, Ryan and I are both in Minnesota. St. Paul, Minnesota. Derek is just outside of Long Beach, California.
Okay. And how hard is it to rehearse?
Well, we just need to, a couple of days before a tour starts, and we're ready to go.
Yeah. Right.
But it's definitely a lot easier than having somebody in England, somebody in Canada, and somebody in Minnesota. So 2 states, 2 time zones, as opposed to 3 countries and 3 time zones.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Is Husker Du still a valid entity? Have you guys hung it up?
Yeah, no. Husker broke up in the end of 1987, beginning of 1988.
Uh-huh.
Our drummer, Grant Hart, passed away from liver cancer about 8 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
Bob Mold is obviously super busy with his career, and particularly this year with the Sugar reunion. I have not played with Bob since that last show in December 11th, 1987.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, and I don't think Bob's got any interest in nostalgia. So We probably won't ever play together, and that's fine. But perhaps the two bands could share a bill somewhere sometime.
Yeah. And are you guys playing any of the Husker songs or no?
We throw in a few Grant Hart songs. Bob with the Bob Mold Band plays quite a few of his compositions, and I just kind of want to keep Grant's memory alive, and
Sure.
and so we'll throw in a few Husker Grant songs. Although with this new lineup, with the new album, my goal is to get another record written
Sure.
soon. So we're playing all UltraBomb stuff,
All right.
and maybe we could save a Husker tune for an encore or something.
Yeah. And Ryan, how about Soul Asylum? Are you guys still active?
Yeah, Soul Asylum's still super active. In fact, right now I'm on tour. I'm in New Jersey right now. We're on an acoustic tour, and we made a record last year called Slowly But Surely, and that's we're still kind of on tour in support of that, even though it's been a bit over a year. But yeah, that band still does quite a bit of shows and tours internationally, and is active still. So
Right on. Yeah. I'm getting a tour of Greg's house, which is great.
yeah.
Had to let one of the dogs in.
Okay, I know what the temperature is in New Jersey right now, Greg, but what's the temperature where you are?
We are actually having a lovely spring day here in Minnesota. It's mid 60s,
Okay.
but mid 60s, and Minnesota feels pretty damn good at this time of year.
Sure. Yeah. The humidity hasn't set in yet.
No, but there's a chance we could see some snow flurries Saturday morning. So it's April in Minnesota. It's like you could be in shorts and flip flops one afternoon and back in the park the next morning.
So Greg, when you guys go out as UltraBomb, what are you using as far as gear?
So I've got a Black Star amp that I play through, and I have a Reverend Greg Norton signature.
Oh, that's right.
Bass.
Yes. Yeah.
That Ken Hawes and put together for me.
Yeah.
So I'm super stoked about that bass. Back in 2024, actually, Ken sent me a Reverend Thunder Gun, and I liked it a lot. And then we started talking about maybe a custom graphic. And Joe, the guy who started the company, sold it to Ken, and then got rehired as their main design guy. He's like, "Hey, would you be cool with like a single, just a brick pickup? It'll give us more room for the graphics." And so he started working on that, made some modifications, and it ended up being a unique model. So it's like, hey, I guess you do have a signature model now. So the first time I played it actually was at a show where I was doing a thing with a guy, Charlie Parr, and local drummer Billy Dankert, who's in Gear Daddies. But we opened up for MSSV, Mike Watt, one of Mike Watt's many things. And so Watt's playing his Watt Flower, and I bust out the Greg Norton signature model, and I'm like, yeah, I think this is the first Reverend signature bass-offs ever. I think it was a draw.
Right on.
But it was cool. Yeah.
And Ryan, are you playing Reverend as well?
I am, yeah. So that's a thing I'm super excited about with UltraBomb is I'm playing Reverend guitars. I've had a long relationship with Reverend guitars. With Soul Asylum, I play Gibson, but I love Reverend guitars. And Ken Haas, there's been a really good friend for a long time. So I'm playing. I've got a few Reverend guitars that I'm using. So with UltraBomb, I'm kind of making that that's part of the sound. We're fully embracing the Reverendness.
Right on. That's great.
Yeah.
And the models you're playing, what are those?
Well, I've got a Gil Paris that's I kind of modded out with stripes on it. It was originally all black, and then I just got this Air Sonic that's really cool. It's got the cut it's got the F holes that go through the guitar. It's really cool. So that's probably what I'm gonna make as my primary guitar on this next tour.
Oh, cool. Yeah. And what about amps?
That depends. I usually use, there's a company out of Minneapolis called KJ Audio. It's a boutique company, very small, but they make really cool sounding amps. And I basically have it's essentially like a modded out Marshall JMP. And then I got a 70s cab with that, an actual Marshall cab. However, like, it depends on when we're touring, though. Sometimes you use different gear.
Yeah.
So TBD on the next tour, but we have to figure out logistics. How
Sure. Yeah.
Around stuff, but yeah.
With the Soul Asylum stuff, do you have to play Gibson? Like, do you have a deal with Gibson?
It's more. No, I don't have to, but it's more of like a sound that. Yeah. It's like Dave plays tellies, and it just, if you get too much of that mid-range treble in the equation, it just doesn't sound right. So it's like it balances that off. So part of it is that.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of the contractual thing, but it's not like super strict.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah.
Gotcha. But if you go on TV, it better be Gibson.
Yeah.
And what about pedals with UltraBomb? Are you using pedals?
Yeah. I use I usually have like some type of delay. Use either like the Boss Space. I'm actually using the Space Echo a lot. That's pretty cool.
Sure.
And then I'm usually using either like a Rat or
old school.
The Nobles. Yeah, I use I'm old school. Like, I'm using like analog gear. I don't have like a fractal or a zoom or anything like that. It's just analog pedals. So yeah.
Right on. And Greg, do you have? I mean, so you're writing a lot of the music for the UltraBomb songs?
Yeah, I write the lyrics, and and I give Brian some room to fool around with them to make them work. So for the most part, the lyrics are all me. The music is mostly Brian. The Look Back in Anger was off the new record was a bass line, like an old bass line that I had that I wanted to use, and so Brian built something around that.
Cool. Yeah.
And Derek is super meticulous about his drum parts, and he certainly has a lot of input as well.
Is it tough to record? So like there's some mixed tempos in some of your songs. Is it tough to record those mixed tempos? We throw down the basic tracks live together, so it's just a matter of there's a click. Derek likes to Derek has the click in his in-ear monitors. Yep.
We have the click available to us as well. But it's there again, it's that pre-studio preparation of knowing the song before you go in.
Yeah.
So that you can just bang it out right away.
Sure. And what do you have at home that are you using that Reverend at home to come up with the bass lines or stuff, or you have something else? What's your secret weapon?
Yeah, no, the Reverend, the UltraBomb bass that's my main bass. That's the one I play all the time.
Okay.
I've got other instruments, but I haven't necessarily,
Yeah.
Since I have the my own bass, I guess I'm kind of prone to it.
Yeah. Well, until they have a signature hammer dulcimer that you're going to use to write some songs.
Wow, there we go. Yeah. Yeah.
And Ryan, what are you using for guitars for the Soul Asylum acoustic thing? What are you using for guitars?
I've got a J45. Yeah, it's like a 2016 probably. So it's like 10 years old. And then I've got a Martin 12 string. Actually, I've been gravitating towards that. Like, so in a set, I'll mix it up, but I think I'm probably doing maybe 70% 12 string. Because Dave's playing a J200, and the 12 string really complements that. Like, if it was just on its own, I don't think I would. I wouldn't lean that way, but it just really blends nice with a J200. So I've been finding more and more songs that I want to use a 12 string on. So I'm kind of going back and forth between those two guitars.
Yeah.
between songs. Yeah.
Right on. It's one thing to stay in a temperature controlled hotel room like you're in right now, but like maintaining your voice when you're playing these clubs, smaller clubs and stuff like that, where with not monitor systems aren't always the best to monitor people.
Yeah. The venues we're playing have pretty good monitors and stuff, but we're actually when we do these acoustic shows, we keep the monitors like really low, like super low. We almost like just to hear what it sounds like on the stage, because it keeps it more organic. And if you feel, I don't know, it just feels right. Like if it's too amplified on the stage, it starts to not feel like an acoustic show. It feels like some kind of something else. I don't know. So
but
we have to stay hydrated, and we actually it's a lot of like night after night, like singing and stuff. It's like you really do gotta keep your you gotta stay on top of your game
in a temperature controlled room like you're in right now.
Well, it's like I was so Greg wasn't here for this, but the AC's broken in this room. I'm gonna get out of this room as soon as I can, but it's like it feels like it's 90 degrees in here. So I'm like,
oh shit.
I've been in here all day, and I was like, why is everything moving in slow motion? I feel it's crazy. I stepped outside, and I'm like, what's like? It feels great. What's wrong?
And actually, Ryan, what I meant was you're switching from Soul Asylum to playing with UltraBomb. And you're going to be playing a lot of small clubs, and those are the monitor systems I'm talking about.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I got you. Yeah. I love it. I love like that's like I've spent a lot of years doing that. I love that. Like, I love just like, who cares? Like just turn whatever it is, like situation wise, you just make it work, and you just throw and go.
Yeah. Push the vocals and to a point of feedback.
Exactly.
Crank it up. Crank it up. You go by feel. I actually
definitely. When you can hear yourself in the monitors, it's when the vocals aren't there, you're pushing too hard, and that's when you start to get pitchy and tend to kind of blow out your voice. But when you can actually hear yourself and hear the other two guys, it is so much easier.
Yeah, which is the beauty of a three-piece too.
Right. So hopefully we'll have some decent monitor mixes on these tours. But
hopefully I didn't just jinx it.
Well,
we'll do
you'll be hearing from us.
So is it a van tour? Do you guys pick up a van in Washington and then take it down the coast?
Well, we're going to start in Long Beach, California. Derek Derek will line up a vehicle for us for this run. The Midwestern run, by the way, Ryan, I'm hoping we can use your van again.
Yeah, of course.
And then, we've got some other things coming up later in the year, East Coast and Southwest, and possibly Canada, that we'll have to, rent something and run back line too. So, hopefully it'll all come together.
All right. And Greg, are you managing the band?
Not really.
Not officially.
So we have a guy named Dennis Sanders. Danny Sanders is kind of managing us. Our label guy Darren Heeman with DC Jam is also very involved. We've got a booking agent in Toronto, Canada, James McLean. He's the president of Atomic Music in Canada, and so that's the team. I prefer to have a good solid team so that we can concentrate on playing the shows and making music.
Right. But are you the tour manager?
I have been in the past, and I don't necessarily want to be. We actually have a good friend coming on board that's going to step into that role. I think he'll do a great job for us. He's also a very talented photographer.
Cool.
And there again, it's not having to deal with all of the logistical bullshit that goes in with touring. I'm looking forward to it because I don't want to be grumpy.
Very good. Well, I look forward to when you guys are in Petaluma. I'm going to come and check you out, and and say hello in person. But it's been wonderful
right on.
speaking with you guys. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, hey, it was a great chat, and hope to see you at Wonderstone.
Yeah, very good. And Ryan, get out of that room.
You know it. I'm gonna go swap rooms. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Peace out, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Have Guitar Will Travel. You can catch up on all the things I'm doing at thedeadlies.com. And I'm on all the social media platforms as well. And please support Vintage Guitar and all the wonderful things they do, because they do many, many wonderful things for us guitar players. Thanks. Please subscribe. Please tell a friend. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.